If you've ever thought as a care partner, if I could explain to them better, they'd understand, I want you to know that instinct makes perfect sense. However, it doesn't work for a dementia-affected brain. And today I'm going to explain to you why. Hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Sinclair. I'm a neuropsychologist, dementia care specialist, and founder of the Confident Caregiver Academy. Let's jump on in. Why logic feels right to us and wrong for the dementia-affected brain. You're going to see a demonstration on screen. Let's begin with the caregiver brain. When we are under stress, as with caregiving, the brain is looking for control. One of the ways we get control is through understanding how to fix a problem. So explanations or logic gives us reassurance. Think about it, care partner. If you were struggling with a problem and a friend came over and explained to you exactly how to solve the problem, you would feel calmer inside. You would feel reassured. That's not a personality flaw, that's neuroscience. When we have an explanation, we feel reassured. And that's exactly what you do as a caregiver to your person with dementia. When they are encountering a problem, you naturally swoop in and give an explanation. For example, when mom stops taking her medication, you swoop in and explain, "Mom, if you don't take your medication, you will end up in the hospital." This is just what we do. This is our wiring. We explain to try and solve problems. Unfortunately, dementia attacks the very systems that logic depends on. Dementia attacks reasoning ability, such as cause and effect thinking. So when you tell mom, if you don't take your medication, you'll end up in the hospital, dementia is attacking that system. She's not able to properly understand that. Dementia also attacks mental flexibility, our ability to adapt to change, our ability to now start accepting help from someone else when we've been doing it our whole lives on our own. Dementia also affects one's ability to regulate their emotion. So your person with dementia is going to become more overwhelmed and confused and angry and upset. And when they feel all of these heavy feelings, they're going to push you away. And so what do you do when they push you away? You start to explain even more. "Mom, I'm here to help. You can't push me away." And that's the vicious cycle, care partner, where you're explaining and explaining, trying to solve the problem. However, dementia is attacking those very systems for your person with dementia. So when you present logic to a dementia-affected brain, you're asking it to use skills that are deteriorating. They just simply cannot do it anymore. Think of logic like software updates. On a healthy system, the update goes through smoothly, but on a damaged system, that update is going to freeze up the device. Logic backfires in dementia care partners because it overwhelms your person with dementia. It often leads to an emotional response, including shame. It also reduces a sense of agency and autonomy for them. And it also escalates you, the caregiver, instead of resolving the issue, which is often the most surprising element for care partners. So let's go through all of those one by one. Logic overloads processing. Dementia dramatically reduces the amount of information that your loved one can hold. So when you explained what needs to happen, what will happen next, what happened before, it's too much information for a dementia-affected brain, and the brain, instead of organizing the information, only gets flooded by it. And when your person with dementia is flooded, they are going to respond in a number of ways. They are usually going to lash out in frustration at you. They will get overwhelmed and anxious, or they may even run away from you and try and avoid you. The second reason logic backfires, care partners, is logic feels emotionally threatening. Logic often comes with a hidden message that you should understand. Think about it, care partner. If we are struggling with a concept and someone is explaining it to us, there's an assumption that once I explain it to you, you should get it. And if you don't get it, then you feel embarrassed and ashamed. Why am I not understanding this? They're trying so hard to explain it to me. And what's the fastest emotion to cover up shame? Anger. So your person with dementia, when you are explaining to them a concept and they're not grasping it, they often feel ashamed, and it's the anger that's a cover up for the shame. Go away. I don't care. This is stupid. Leave me alone. The anger is protecting against the shame of, why am I not getting this? Why can't I understand? If this is helpful to you, care partners, if people have always said, don't reason with your person with dementia, but no one's ever explained to you why, then please go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. It allows YouTube to send this out to other caregivers who are struggling just like you. Now let's move on to the next reason that logic backfires. The third reason logic often backfires, care partners, is logic reduces autonomy. Explaining often turns into persuading, and persuading your person with dementia often turns into them feeling like they're losing control. Dementia is already robbing them of so much. Your person with dementia just wants to be able to make their own decisions. So when a caregiver is constantly persuading them, despite well intentions, your person with dementia is going to try and exert independence and control in whatever way they can, and usually it's pushing back. The fourth reason that logic backfires, care partner, is that logic escalates the caregiver. When logic doesn't work, when you constantly explain to your dad the reason he has to take his medication and he pushes you away and you explain more, you start to escalate. You maybe start speaking louder, you correct more, you explain more, and you repeat yourself over and over and over again. You start to get more stressed, more anxious, more elevated and agitated. So now there are two nervous systems that are activated. Your person with dementia who's feeling overwhelmed with all of that logic, and now you. In summary, care partners, we often tell you what not to do, but we don't take the time to explain why you shouldn't do it. I hope that today's video allows you to understand why logic falls flat for a dementia-affected brain. Dementia is literally attacking the very systems that logic relies upon. So if today's video was helpful, again, please go ahead and like and subscribe and share this with another care partner who's struggling just like you. And for those of you who need more personalized support, then feel free to book a call with me. I'm happy to help. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.